Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we need to talk about a low pressure system that's going to make its way into the eastern United States, bringing a multitude of different impacts. Anyways, before we get into this video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, which state do you think will receive the most rainfall from this low pressure system? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's get straight into this video, and we're taking a look at our 500 HPA height cyclonic relative vorticity. And really what this is it's just showing us the rotation in the atmosphere. We use this a lot for tropics because it gives you a good idea of where those cyclones are located. And it's going to give us a good idea of where this low pressure system is located as well. Now, as you can see, there's not much going on the screen here, just a whole lot of everything. It's kind of hard to decipher what's going on here, but once we move on towards about Wednesday, October 6th, it's pretty clear where that low pressure system is located. You can see the spin in the atmosphere there, and by this point in southeastern Missouri is about where that low pressure system center is actually located. And you can see that this is a large low pressure system. The cyclonic vorticity is extending well beyond where that low pressure system is actually at. And this is going to bring impacts to multiple different states, especially the ones to the east of the actual low pressure system. Now, here is our normalized MSLP anomaly, and this is going to show us the actual pressure compared to what is typical. And this is actually pretty much the first frame on this model run. And as you can see, there's a lot of higher than normal pressure out west and also for the southeast. We do have some lower than normal pressure there for Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan. And that's kind of where this is all coming from. And by the time we're reaching Monday morning, October 4th, you can see that pressure gets a lot lower in the eastern United States, and this is going to be associated with a lot of that storminess that is going to be coming our way. We've had a quite dry few days here in the very, very eastern United States, and I'm sure that a lot of the surrounding regions have experienced a similar kind of dry period. But at this point, what we're expecting is a very rainy week this upcoming week. From Monday basically through Friday or beyond, we can expect more rainy than dry days here in the eastern third of the country or so. You can see the southwest is still dealing with some higher than normal pressure, especially around the Four Corner states. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at some simulated radar and get an idea of what to expect as far as rainfall and when to expect it. We're going to take a look at the total rainfall. We're even going to take a look at how this could impact the temperature anomalies. We'll take a look at a little bit of wind. And then as a bonus at the end, we're going to go over some total snowfall for a potentially, or maybe even two actually, large snowstorms out west that we're expecting. And this is just kind of the signs of the upcoming winter becoming closer and closer. So I'm very excited to go over that with you guys in just a moment. Now this frame is going to be Tuesday, October 5th, about the morning hour. And this is kind of the global view here. Or sorry, not global. The United States view, the entire United States view. And as you can see, we have some snowfall already for Western Canada. I assure you we will go over that towards the end of the video. But we do have some rainfall already starting out by Tuesday morning for the eastern United States, especially the southeast and then the northeast, as well as kind of along the east coast of the mid-Atlantic there as well. There will be some raininess and storminess in general already starting up, but it's mostly by the time we're reaching Wednesday into Wednesday night. That low pressure system is now located over southeastern Missouri, just like we took a look at earlier. And you can see a lot of rainfall for those regions, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, but then also to the east of it, like I said, throughout the southeast, throughout the mid-Atlantic, and a lot of the Ohio Valley there in Kentucky and Ohio as well. We have a lot of that rainfall going on. Now, by the time we're reaching Friday, this should be generally kind of tapering off by this point. We do still see some rainfall there from North Carolina and Virginia, as well as South Carolina. And then some of the Great Lakes states, but for the most part, for the more kind of middle of the eastern United States regions like the Ohio Valley and areas to the southwest of there, things have kind of dried up by this point. Now, this is by the time we're reaching about 2 p.m. on Sunday, and as you can see, for a majority of this area, things have dried up, but we still have some rainfall possible along the eastern seaboard, and especially up there in New England. We do see another storm system moving into Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan as well. And that's going to be kind of our next line of storm coming through. It's going to be another low pressure system. And actually, a lot of the storms that come after this one could be a lot stronger. As you know, the storms, the low pressure systems over the United States, not the tropical systems out in the ocean, but the ones that are over the United States become stronger and stronger as we head into the fall and the winter. So this is just another sign of the upcoming winter coming closer and closer. And we are rapidly approaching it, guys. We are very close to when things are going to get very cool. We have about another month of potentially pleasant weather. And as you know, November, things really turn around and really draw close to the wintertime type conditions. Now, there is a lot of flooding possible with this system, so let's just take a look at the total precipitation. Um, and really, I look at flood susceptible areas. You know, if they see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall within a 24-hour period, they can begin to see some flooding. But especially as you move into the 3, 4, 5 inch amounts and more, that's where a lot of the flood susceptible areas really begin to suffer. And then even some of the normal areas that don't really typically see flooding can begin to see some minor flooding as well with those kind of 5 inch amounts. So anywhere in the greens and the grays, we're taking a look at under half an inch of rain. So, you know, just your typical rain event, nothing too concerning there. Keep in mind, this is just one model though, so we can't really, we can't consider this to be exactly what's going to happen. Those areas over Maryland and Pennsylvania, that could be a little bit further south, and Maryland and Pennsylvania could see the 1, 2, 3 inch amounts. So this can move around, but there will be pockets of areas that don't really see too much, and then there will be pockets of areas that see a lot. A majority of the eastern United States, as you can see, will see a lot. The blues into the yellows is going to be anywhere from half an inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall. So that's where you're kind of moving into the, a lot of rainfall for one storm type territory. And then it's the reds that I'm especially concerned about, which, as you can see, probably about 50% of the eastern United States will be in the reds here. That is where you're at 1.5 inches of rainfall all the way up to 5 inches of rainfall. We do see some of those kind of grayish browns mixed in for Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and even some of that going on for Virginia, and even some of the upper Midwest states as well. That is where we're at 5 to 10 inches of rainfall. And this model is saying here that there is a maximum of 10 inches, and I'm pretty sure it's over the Florida Panhandle there. But yeah, anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of rainfall will be very isolated, but possible within some of these heaviest pockets of rainfall. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on. We're going to see how this is going to impact the temperature pattern. We'll take a look at the total winds and then some of those snowfall events coming up in just a little while. Now, here we are taking a look at those temperature anomalies for Tuesday, October 5th. And as you can see, where a lot of that storminess is located over the Gulf states, we see colder than normal conditions briefly while that event is over them. And a lot of that raininess is going on. Obviously, clouds and rain are two things that can lower your temperatures a bit. So even though a lot of the eastern United States here, a majority of it, is warmer than normal, those areas seeing the cloudiness and the storminess are going to be kind of in that average to below average territory. Now, by the time we reach about, I would say, Saturday, October 9th, you could see that there's probably some storminess over the east coast of the southeast and the mid-Atlantic there. But a majority of the eastern half of the country is far above normal temperatures here. But this just goes to show that those clouds and those, rainfall events are lowering the temperature. Now, our maximum accumulated wind gusts here through October 13th, we could see a lot of wind is possible for the plains and the Ohio Valley and even the Great Lakes. Blues is going to be under 34 miles per hour on your maximum wind gust through this. This is going to be your 10-day kind of forecast here for it. So that's going to be more like your not too windy areas. But it's the greens and the oranges that I'm more concerned about, because that's where you're at 34 to 50 in the greens, and then even 50 plus there in the yellows. So we are taking a look at some gustiness definitely possible for those green and yellow regions. Now here's that total snowfall, and this is going to be through October 8th. That's going to be Friday, and as you can see, there will be a bit for the United States, but nothing too much. We will see 6 inches plus potentially on some mountaintops where nobody lives, and maybe a dusting in some of those gray to blue areas. Now let's take a look at that simulated radar here, and this is going to be October 10th, so we will see more snowfall making its way down into the four corner states, Colorado, Utah here by this point. But here's the big one. This model is indicating that by the time we reach Tuesday morning on October 12th, there will be a much more major snowstorm making its way down with a large trough. As you can see, those blue lines are indicating very cold temperatures moving south through the western United States. Again, we forecasted this in our October forecast. This is expected, but there is a large snowstorm there for Nevada there, Utah, portions of Arizona, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming by this point. And once we take a look at the total snowfall through the entire model run over the next 10 days, these mountainous regions of the western United States are expecting a whole lot of snowfall here. As you can see, the blues are going to be 2 to 6 inches of snowfall. Purples is going to be 6 to 10. Pinks is going to be 10 to 20. We even see some of those blues there for southern Colorado, portions of Montana, and especially up there in Canada. Kind of those like pastel shades. And there, that's where you're at 20 inches plus. So this is a large snowfall event that we're expecting potentially to occur later in the model run. Now, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 5 out of 6 as far as it pertains to this storm system we talked about for a majority of this video. Our confidence is rather high. We're moving into that time of year where things are a little bit easier to indicate and forecast. So yes, we do expect some raininess, a lot of raininess, potential flooding, and a large storm system to move into the eastern United States, followed by a potential large snowstorm in the western United States. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, do you think we will see a cool down at any point during the month of October, or will it pretty much be a torch the entire time? And James Marr said at the end of October, I believe we will have below average temperatures. And that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Larry LePan, Mandy Birchfield, and Patrick Strickland as well. Also, our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Hoodalessa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Cindy Klein, Alan Good, Maben, Bill Dallas, Gary's, John Calisi, Dwight Phelan, Stephen Crenenthal, and Thomas D. Barr as well. If you'd like to be part of this very awesome Patreon stream today, you can do so by joining our very amazing Patreon page in the description and in the pinned comments down below. I would also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. This will be located next to the subscribe button down below if you'd like to join this one. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I will see you guys in the next video.